Sabadi, welcome to Cooking with Khao. I'm Kat. I'm going to show you how to roll a really pretty spring roll using fresh vegetables, shrimp, and then we'll make a peanut dipping sauce with a little bit of spice. Spring roll is really refreshing for the summer. That's usually when I like to make it. And it's typically reserved for when I have a bunch of vegetables that I need to use up, because you can really put anything in a spring roll. You can substitute any protein, including tofu, that you like, or you could just go straight veggie. We'll also be using vermicelli noodles. We'll be using rice paper to roll these. We also use red cabbage, carrots, Thai basil, mint, the spring onion, cucumber, and this really cute leaf lettuce. So I like the leaf lettuce versus like iceberg or romaine because it's really flexible. And the shape and the size of it is really perfect for a spring roll. And for the peanut sauce, I'm going to be using creamy peanut butter, fish sauce, hoisin, red pepper flakes, and then also I do have some whole peanuts here that we'll crush up and add to it. Some people like to add sugar to their peanut sauce. I don't do that because the kind of peanut butter that I have already has added sugar. But if you're using a more natural or no sugar added peanut butter and you wanted a little bit sweeter, then you could add some sugar. If you like Southeast Asian food and you want to see more content like this, you can click the subscribe button right here. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. All right, so now that you know what's up, let's get cooking. Begin by filling a pot with water, adding it to high heat and bringing that to a boil on the stovetop. Once at a full boil, I add a full pack of the vermicelli noodle and I allow that to boil. I use a chopstick to separate the noodles and stir. Here the noodles are al dente. Cook it past this point. You want the noodles to be fully cooked and very soft. Once cooked, drain the noodles and use cold water to cool them down completely. Once fully cooled, I like to use my hands to squeeze out as much water as possible so that my noodles are not soggy. Then set that aside. To prepare our shrimp, you'll want to peel it and devein it. I like to buy mine already prepped. You could also buy pre-cooked shrimp if you didn't want to cook it. What I'm doing here is taking each shrimp piece, sliding my knife right into that groove, and cutting these in half. So this makes the shrimp much thinner. Now when you boil these, they do like to curl up, and that's how I prefer them. If you wanted to cook your shrimp first and then cut, your pieces will be more flat. Here I'm adding this to a strainer and I'm going to give all of the shrimp a good wash. Then in a fresh pot of boiling water, we'll add our shrimp, and as soon as it turns pink, I like to remove it from the water, drain, and set aside. While our noodles and shrimp are cooling, we'll prep our veggies. I like to cut all of my veggies in very, very thin slices. So I'll usually half, then quarter my cucumbers and then slice those. I like to slice my spring onion long ways to make very thin strips. And then for my carrot, I like to peel the outer skin. Then I'll go in with my julienne peeler to get the thin strips. I cut my cabbage into thin slices using a knife. You could also use the julienne peeler or a mandolin to get fine shreds. I'll set all of our prepped veggies aside, and then into a mortar I add peanuts and crush those down. Then we can begin our sauce. I add lime juice, hoisin, fish sauce, peanut butter. I sprinkle red chili flakes and then a handful of our crushed peanuts. I'll add that to medium to low heat and stir until it's the consistency that I like. I like my sauce very thick, but if you like your peanut sauce more thin, you can add water to the pan while it's cooking on the stovetop. And don't forget to continue to stir this very well. It burns easily. Now it's time to assemble. Add hot water to a shallow dish like a pie pan. Take your rice paper and insert that into the water. You want it to be moist, but not so soggy that it rips. I roll my spring rolls on a glass plate so that the rice paper isn't going to stick. It will stick to a paper plate. I start by adding noodle and my harder veggies, and as tightly as possible, tuck the noodle and veggies under and give it a roll. Then I add my protein and my leafy vegetables. I'll give that another tight roll. I'll fold in the sides, and then I'll complete rolling all the way to the top. We really enjoy making spring rolls with our kids, especially when there's an abundance of proteins and veggies to choose from. Then everybody kind of has creative freedom to make any combination of spring roll that they like, and that's a lot of fun for the family. And that's it. It's so simple. Anybody can do it, and you can customize it to your personal taste. You can spoon that thick peanut sauce right on top. You can dip it for a thinner sauce and enjoy. It's very beautiful. It's very fun. Thank you so much for watching. Cup Chai.